Hey everyone, happy 2022. Yes, still January. And yes, 2022, I am going to keep repeating that so I don't write 2021 anywhere. Keep thinking it's happy 2021. Yes, if you watched my live video yesterday, you know I shook down a brand new go-kart. And it's not a secret anymore. Yes, it's a GFC. It's a two-cycle class. I am not all the way moving away from the 206 I've been raced, the four-cycle of 206 I've been racing at Perry City. Definitely, I feel it would be a big shame to kind of become quite competitive in that class, at least in the master's class, and then kind of give that up. So the plan is to race both for this year. It will be tough. It's the Rok Championship, which I will be joining initially for the two-cycle out in Sonoma. Their calendar only clash with Donald's Perry City club race once throughout in 2022. So with this and this allows and time allows, I could race both, and I could race every other weekend, which is sounds very, very exciting, but also very, very daunting. I want to go into a little bit and reminder why I'm going to a two-cycle class, why GFC and why all that. First, it comes down to a couple of reasons. The number one reason is that I am pretty reasonably competitive in the master's class at a 206, and I think it's just healthy to always look for the next thing when you become good at something. So definitely that's the primary objective. It probably wouldn't be too fun to race another year 206 doing exactly the same thing again. And racing with the Rok Championship have this compromises. The up is going to Sonoma. It's much closer to my home. Yesterday I was there for a shakedown of a kart, and it just really, my wife kept thinking like, oh, you got home really quick. She was expecting me home at 8, 9, or 10, which is typically how I get home when I get home from Perry City after a race wraps up at 4 or 5, a test day. After some chit chat at a track, right? The same thing again. The test wraps up at 4 o'clock in Sonoma. Chit chat a little bit, caught up with some great friends, so that was great. And somehow I got home before 7. So that's another huge upside. I don't know if it's enough to kind of save on hotel cost to be able to drive home each way every night. On race weekend, it may be a little tough to do that. We will see. So those are the upside. And another upside is I think racing with GFC. Definitely a lot of people I trust that I used to race 206 with are racing with GFC, and then they have really good things to say about them. In terms of like I said in the live video, I couldn't care less which chassis I purchase. It's really about the overall experience being a customer of a company, and everybody I talk to really enjoy being their customer. So I mean, for me, and then developing as a driver. So I think that's for me, that should be an upside. And for my 2 tests with them so far, they're coming through exactly how I had expected them to. So that's great. And they will be racing even if I'm competent enough, confident enough, and bandwidth allows. They do race a lot of time out of state, and I guess it wouldn't be a terrible idea to follow them out of state, just get out of town. Another excuse, get out of town. So those are the upsides. The downsides is somehow I keep saying want a race at different tracks. Now, 2022, I'm mainly joining another championship at one track. I didn't, when I surveyed the landscape, there wasn't a lot of cross section of, a great group of people to race with, distance, and at a lot of tracks. I think I'm still continuously just kind of disappointed with the industry, how fragmented, unnecessarily fragmented. We lost the Marina track. Now we only got Dixon, Davis, Perry City, Sonoma, Reading. I suppose that's a little far, but I guess it is within the Bay Area striking distance. That's all we got, and we're like, no, this track is owned by this company, can only run this. No, I won't allow your engine package to run here. When I was talking with GFC, it came down to the wire like last week, like which engine are we going to buy to first be eligible for the Sonoma race and be competitive, and hopefully that engine isn't only good somewhere. And it's unfortunately, for us as the consumer, but it is what it is. I'm not new to motorsport. This isn't really new or the worst I've seen. So that's that. So that's kind of a little deep dive on why I'm doing what I'm doing this for this year. And let's talk about yesterday. So apparently the chassis, I think the chassis has an update. It's not a new model, but the chassis has an update exclusive for 2022 that will be unveiled in 1 week's time. So I was told I can't share all the pictures I have, especially around the bodywork. By the way, it looks slick. It looks like a race car. Like I feel like I'm driving an LMP2 or something. It's great. It looks sexier than most Formula cars I've seen. Sure, better looking than the Formula BMW I used to drive. That thing looks terrible. Anyway, so here just kind of some detail of the chassis, which I'm kind of really impressed with, and kind of goes to show how kind of really slick Gary's operation is. And I'll definitely check out more of this. I kind of really enamored my own car, but there was a couple of details I should have taken a picture of. Really shows their operation. But my name, this is something I didn't ask for. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't see anywhere else. On my wheels, this is great detail. Almost like a car. I actually never seen this on any kind of go-kart chassis before. This is very large. Somewhat unnecessary, this Gary's initial here. But it looks nice. It looks really slick. And of course the chassis is new, everything you can eat out of. But this detail is like, that's really nice. And for us gentlemen drivers, I guess, it matters. Here's just a terrible out of focus picture of it. And again, I guess, not only relying on the the fairing and the bodywork car number, here's my name. And look at this, the foot stop, really just slick. And I don't know if this is like typical of coming from a 206 chassis, is like a beginner's chassis, and a tag chassis, which is what this is, which is much bigger, meant for a bigger engine package. It's just more luxurious. I don't know. I assume there's no reason the 206 chassis or Barrel chassis isn't just as finely tuned, but this is slick. Hey, I'm always a sucker for things made in Italy. So this is exciting. So this is great. And for the JDM folks, this pipe had a titanium glow after we heated it up a couple times, so sexy. That's all I could share for this moment. I'm sorry I can't share the body work. I will follow up with a follow-up video. I did have an onboard video we can watch here's the first onboard video. But this is actually the last session of the day. The first two sessions, they weren't worth watching. I didn't bother recording. We're kind of breaking in the engine, so not a whole lot was going on and just puddling around. So this is the first, session where me kind of able to use the engine to its potential, getting the feel of the car for real at speed, and I don't have too much to add here. This is my really kind of the second day with the 2-cycle class chassis and with GSC. I haven't been at Sonoma at this time for 2.5 years maybe, and never driven this particular configuration with these set of corners coming up. Never driven it before, so I don't really think I have anything really particularly valuable to add or comment on that will probably stay valid a couple weeks for a month from now. I can only tell how I'm feeling. It's pretty fast. It's compared to a 206, coming down the front straight. Oof, that's fast. And then to kind of, okay, now I got to pick my braking zone. Got to be careful with this. Well, I'm gonna fly off into the abyss over there. Thinking about the braking pressure, thinking about the braking zone, how much to bleed off the brakes. So I'm gonna get understeer like I just got there. I'm about to have here. Probably had a little too much brake pressure on the trail braking to the apex there. So here, there's a lot of medium speed corner here. That one not too bad. There's a lot of medium speed corner here, so it's about picking the braking pressure, braking pressure, and releasing off the brakes. Here is just, I don't think I ever got this right the entire weekend. It's not really too bad, but I don't know what I'm doing here, to be honest. Guys, this is just really having fun. Finally getting more comfortable. Typical with for me at least, with the chassis is, thank you for that, gentlemen. It's my friend David off the side of the road. For me, every time I get a new chassis, it takes a long time to feel comfortable in the seat. We go straight to the smallest seat for adults. Quite frankly, next time around, maybe next year, we'll go straight to a children's size seat. But it takes a while to myself to be comfortable. I suspect an unusually thick red vest I have doesn't make things a lot easier, so I'm going to look into that. Try different people's red vest and see what I like down the line. But then also, I'm already pretty good at 206, whatever I have. It seems like I don't want to jinx it. Anyway, the ergonomics with a new car takes a long time. This is just basically what today is about. Not too much to add. I don't want to claim I know what I'm doing here with this video. This is just really kind of capturing this from my personal diary for sake, and sharing with everybody, whoever's interested, to kind of follow my journey so far. I'll post the entirety of this onboard on YouTube, and if you want to sift through them, you can feel free to sift through them. There's probably a couple. See why there's I'm going to throw through. There's about 10 minutes left of it. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll look forward to seeing everybody for the rest of the year on my Instagram, on my YouTube channel. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you like or what's annoying about my video. I can make it better. I may or may not do them because, hey, since this is for me, not for you. Mostly for me, but I would like it for you also. So yeah, let me know if there's something I can do better. I'll try to do it if it's feasible. Thanks.